Parents' #1 priority is protecting our kids, but certain necessary conversations can be difficult and uncomfortable. Joining me now is the managing partner of Marsh Law Firm, Katie Shipp, with some tips for parents. And this is really about, inappropriate touch, consent, having those really important conversations. But first, let's ask what your law firm does.
So I am the managing partner of Marsh Law Firm. We have an office here in Pittsburgh and also one in New York, and we exclusively represent survivors of sexual abuse, mostly survivors of childhood sexual abuse.
And so this is all you deal with?
This is all we deal with.
So how should parents at home, if they're watching this, not end up in your office? What are the conversations that they can be having now?
Yeah, I think that's the most common question that I get asked when people find out what I do. I think it's really important to have the conversations with your kids. Start talking about this stuff early. Start talking about body boundaries and consent and what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. And of course, you're going to have age-appropriate conversations. What I say to my 2-year-old is very different than what I say to my 6-year-old. We always empower the use of no. You can say no if somebody wants to give you a hug. You don't have to give them a hug. You don't have to sit on somebody's lap. We talk about consent. Something as simple as if I'm tickling them and they say stop, I stop.
Right.
And I don't start again until they tell me that it's okay. And I expect the same from them when they're playing with each other. Just really sort of getting them to understand what's okay and what's not okay. And really just having the conversations, starting young and then building on the topics that you're talking about with them as they get older. What I talk about with my 2-year-old is very different than what I talk about with my 6-year-old.
Is it hard being in the position that you're in? Knowing that this is happening more than we all would, we don't want it to happen, period. So is it hard to know that your law firm is dedicated solely because there's a need for this?
Yeah, I always say I wish that, we would be put out of business, but unfortunately it's happening. It's so important, one, to make sure that your kids are aware, your kids have the tools to protect themselves, and if something happens, that they feel comfortable coming to you. And then with my work, raising awareness of this is going on and there are certain things that we need to do to hold people accountable so that it stops happening.
Can you talk to me about, and I know it's uncomfortable even for me to ask these questions, but I think it's important, about the grooming process. are there things that parents could see as red flags if something's happening?
Yeah, I think it's hard. Mostly, if an adult is grooming a child, they're going to try to isolate them. They're going to try to build trust. Gifts, special events, things like that. But it's hard because there's also plenty of well-meaning adults that, want to make a child feel good and do fun things with them. So that's why I think it's important to have the conversations with your kids as well, so that if something weird happens or something uncomfortable happens. In my house, we don't talk about good touch, bad touch, because if you say bad touch, then a kid might think they're being bad and they might get in trouble. So we talk about good touch, uncomfortable touch. If somebody's doing something that makes you feel uncomfortable, you should tell me or another trusted adult immediately, and we go over who are the trusted adults in your life, who are the people that you can talk to.
You read a couple books because this could help, especially in having those conversations and getting that conversation started. So what did you bring here?
So I brought 3 different books. The first one is Will Ladybug Hug? And this is one for much younger kids. It's really about this little ladybug who really likes to hug, and she goes to all of her friends, and some of her friends say they want to hug and some of them don't, and it's okay either way. And so just teaching my daughter, you can, if you feel comfortable, you can give a hug. If you don't have to. And if somebody doesn't want one, that's okay too.
That's okay too.
So that's a much younger board book, The other 2, this one is How to Teach Your Dragon About Body Safety. Just talks about body boundaries, and it's a little boy who has a pet dragon, and he's teaching his pet dragon about what's okay and what's not okay, and that it's important to talk about. And then the next one is a little bit higher up, I would say probably like 5, 6, 7. And it's similar, talking about what is consent, what are body boundaries, what are the people, who are the people that you can talk to and share this information with.
I think this is so important because it not only helps them as children, but also as they grow into adults to have healthy relationships too. Moving forward, the window for sex assault victims could open up. Can you talk about this?
Yeah, so we have been trying to pass it in Pennsylvania here for a while now. We had similar legislation that passed in New York, and it allowed hundreds of victims to come forward, which really it sheds light on what's going on and holds institutions accountable so that child-serving organizations do what they need to do to protect kids. And we're hoping that a similar window will pass here in Pennsylvania so that survivors here also have the chance to come forward and talk about what happened and, you know, hold those responsible accountable, but also make sure we're talking about what happened so that it doesn't happen again.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us for this important conversation and for the recommendations to help get the conversation started at home.
Definitely. Thank you.